Are Papa, Wood, Gorge, Rest, Mama, Thunder, Radiance, and the lake. And it's called Papa in the Woods. These are kind of like story poems. The brooding clouds and threat of storm moved Papa to venture into the forest to gather wood. But as he was chopping, he saw a doe descend into the gorge, followed by her fawn. He decided to rest and follow the mama deer and her offspring down to the river. Suddenly, a flash of lightning and a blast of thunder filled the forest with a trembling radiance. A loud call echoed through the canyon from the direction of the lake. At the flash of light, the mama deer froze with head up and ears out. But the peal of thunder caused her to break into a run through the woods. The two deer and the man raced down the gorge, not stopping to rest until they burst through the bushes and beheld a radiant aura hovering over the lake. In the midst of the brilliant light, a vision appeared of the Virgin Mary, signaling to Papa that he should not rest, but should venture into the radiance. As he obeyed, to his surprise, he did not sink. His feet walked on the water. Suddenly, thunder pealed again, and the woods burst into flame. He looked back up the gorge and saw flaming trees exploding, toppling over, and flowing down into the lake. In the midst of it all, the lake assumed a calm, violet hue. Papa could not help but think of Mama. He gazed up the flaming gorge, and then turned to the lady of the lake with pleading, frightened eyes. In her radiance, the Virgin smiled and then clapped her hands. Thunder erupted once more, and the fire was gone. The woods were unimpaired. "This was just my way of getting your attention, Papa," the Virgin intoned with a smile. "You have not been paying enough attention to Mama. She has been working. She has been working ceaselessly to please you. And now she needs some rest." "Holy moly, I was just going out to gather wood to keep us warm and cook in case the storm was bad," Papa said. "And that is good," replied the Virgin. "But you never take your lovely lady to the lake where she can take time to enjoy the beauty and radiance of nature. Instead, you are always thundering about children and chores. Mama needs a rest. You use her to satisfy your desire, gorge yourself on the fine food she prepares, and then fall fast asleep and snore like thunder. Poor Mama has to sleep out in the living room in a chair." Papa hung his head in shame. "O Lady of the Lake, in your radiance I see things clearly, and now I will not rest until I make my gorgeous wife happy once again as she was when we were young. I would that I could undo all of my selfishness and foolishness." As he said this, the radiance began to fade. He scurried to the shore so he would not sink and sat down to rest on a log. Poor Mama. A torrent of tears began to flow from Papa's eyes and flowed in a little stream into the lake. At last he made his way back up the gorge, gathered his wood, and went home. As he passed through the threshold, thunder rolled in the distance, and an image of the Lady of the Lake appeared in his mind's eye. "Honey, you look so gorgeous today. You've been working so hard. Why don't you rest for a while? I'll start the fire and heat up the stew." Mama was amazed at this sudden burst of solicitation and sensitivity. "Papa, have you been smoking marijuana out in the woods again?" Their two beautiful children, boy and girl, burst into thunderous laughter, and their house was filled with a loving, heavenly radiance. So that's 8 words, repeating themselves 8 times in different order. These 8 words here in 8 stanzas. So we were talking earlier, 864.